Well, I had to break in the old pulpit tonight. So this is kind of my first time to ever do something like this, but I just decided to take the opportunity to do it tonight. And if you don't know a lot about me, movies are my passion. Like I speak movies; it's my language. And if somebody speaks a reference, I'm just going to know it. And I can kind of speak easier that way and make a good connection. So the movie I actually chose is Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. I'm sure you've all seen it. But I'm going to connect it to the story of Peter. So if you want to follow along, I'm going to read from Matthew 14, 22 through 33. Immediately Jesus made his disciples get into the boat and go before him to the other side, while he sent the multitudes away. When he had sent the multitudes away, he went up on the mountain by himself to pray. Now whenever evening came, he was alone there, but the boat was now in the middle of the sea, tossed by the waves, for the wind was contrary. Now on the fourth watch of the night, Jesus went to them walking on the sea. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, "It is a ghost." And they cried out for fear. But immediately Jesus spoke to them, saying, "Be of good cheer, it is I, do not be afraid." And Peter answered him and said, "Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water." So he said, "Come." And when Peter had come down out of the boat, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. But when he saw that the wind was boisterous, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried out, saying, "Lord, save me." And immediately Jesus stretched out his hand and caught him and said to him, "O you of little faith, why did you doubt?" When they got into the boat, the wind ceased. Then those who were in the boat came and worshipped him, saying, "Truly you are the Son of God." Well, if you've ever seen Empire Strikes Back, of course, you know Luke Skywalker is like the big selling point of the movie. But they tell him to go see Yoda to hone his powers in the Force. And he takes off on a ship, and he actually crash lands on Yoda's planet and trained with Yoda for a while. And he says, "Luke, I want you to get the ship out of the bog." And he tries his best, and he says, "I can't do it, it's too heavy." And he's frustrated, and he left and turned around, and Yoda was picking it up. And Luke said, "I can't believe it." And Yoda said, "That's why you failed." And I think that just kind of goes along with Peter. He's such a strong person in the faith, just like Luke was in the Force. And when it came down to it, he just couldn't do it and was afraid and doubted. He just couldn't do it. And eventually Yoda says, the Force is everywhere. It's underneath your ship. It's in the crevices of those rocks. And that just kind of works with God too. Like, it's everywhere, in every little place. And he's always going to be there. And we just got to use the best of it that we can to show who we really are through him. But people say all the time, I believe, the Word of God, I believe in God. But if we don't show it, I think it's nothing. We need to show others his love and bring others to him through our actions. So I'm actually going to read through James 2, 14 through 26, about faith with works. What does it profit, my brethren, if someone says he has faith but does not have works? Can faith save him? For brother or sister is naked and is destitute of daily food, and one of you said to them, "Depart in peace, be warmed and filled," but you do not give them the things which are needed for the body. What does it profit? Thus also faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead. But someone will say, "You have faith and I have works. Show me your faith without your works, and I will show you my faith by my works. Believe that there is one God, you do well. Even the demons believe and tremble. But do you want to know, O foolish man, that faith without works is dead? Was not Abraham our father justified by works when he offered Isaac his son on the altar? Do you see that faith was working together with his works, and by works faith was made perfect? And the scripture was fulfilled which says, Abraham believed God, and it was accounted to him for righteousness, and he was called the friend of God. You see then that a man is justified by works and not by faith only. Likewise was not Rahab the harlot also justified by works when she received the messengers and sent them out another way? For if the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also. And like I said, the movies are kind of my thing. I like to connect it with that. It might seem silly, but this kind of makes sense to me if I bring in something like that. And think we can learn from it that even the strongest people, such as Peter, one of the good apostles of Jesus, he can doubt and he can fear, just like Luke did with Yoda. But if we can learn to grow in it and show others, I think we'll make it fine. That's all I've got for you guys today.